Well, I'm a steamroller, babe. I'm bound to roll all over you. Yes, I'm a steamroller now, baby. I'm bound to roll all over you. I'm gonna inject your soul with some sweet rock and roll and shoot you full of rhythm and blues. Well, I'm a cement mixer, a churning urn of burning funk. Yes, I'm a cement mixer for you, babe, a churning urn of burning funk. Well, I'm a demolition derby, yeah, a hefty hunk of steaming junk. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm a napalm bomb, babe, just guaranteed to blow your mind. Yeah, I'm a napalm bomb for you, baby. Whoa, guaranteed, just don't guarantee to blow your mind, yeah. And if I can't have your love for my own now, sweet child, won't be nothing left behind. It seems how lately, babe, got a bad case of steamroller blues.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Quarantunes with yours truly, Mike West, on our special James Taylor evening. I've been really excited for this, so I got my research done, and boy, there's a lot of material here to work with, so it's very hard to pick some songs for this evening, but we're going to go ahead and get right into it. James Taylor, if people are unaware of the history of James Taylor, the Beatles had a record label called Apple Records. And the very first artist to appear on Apple Records was, in fact, James Taylor. And we're going to go ahead and play some James Taylor now. So we're going to start with, I guess, what's probably considered one of the quintessential James Taylor songs called Fire and Rain. So in a 2005 interview with NPR, James Taylor explained that the song was written in 3 parts. The first part was about James Taylor's friend Suzanne, who died while Taylor was in London working on his first album after being signed to Apple Records. Friends at home, concerned that it might distract Taylor from his big break, kept the tragic news from him, and he found out about 6 months later. The second part details Taylor's struggle to overcome drug addiction and depression. Taylor actually had a little bit of a stint at a mental hospital for a little while. So he wasn't doing well at one point. But that shows the amazing healing powers of music, right? The third part deals with coming to grips with fame and fortune. Looking back at the road that got him there, it includes a reference to James Taylor and the Flying Machine, which was a band that he worked with briefly before his big break with Paul McCartney and Peter Asher of Apple Records. Carole King actually played piano on the song, and drummer Russ Kunkel was a part of it as well. Bobby West on the double bass and in place of a bass guitar to underscore the melancholy on the song. Here's a quote from James Taylor. It says, "Fire and Rain, the first verse and the chorus were written in London at the end of my stay here in 1968. I had finished recording the Apple album, and my friends told me that a girlfriend, Suzanne, had committed suicide in New York a couple of months earlier. They had kept the news from me, not wanting to upset me while I was recording my debut album. I wrote the 2 verses in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, in a rehab situation. It's one of those self-navigational songs. I was probably trying to comfort myself and was amazed that it resonated so deeply with so many other people." So with that, let's go ahead and give it a whirl, right? Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. Woke up this morning and I wrote down this song. Just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You got to help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen all the times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Hours of time on the telephone line, talking about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen the sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen all the times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around. Thought I'd see you, fire and rain. Da 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 da. Ooh. All right. First song is down. All right, let's see who we got in the room here. Oh wow. We got a good amount here tonight. So let's say hello to Dariana, Angelica, Christina, Kathy, Dan Franklin's in the house. We got Hannah, Craig, Melissa, David, Anna, Sherry D, Chloe, and no sign of Grandma yet. But when she's in here, I'll let you all know, or make sure you say hi when she drops by. Of course, our fearless leader Paul is in the house as well. We got Hunter and the Dirty Jacks. We got Kim and Craig and Pearly Kitty. So welcome, folks. Thank you for joining us on James Taylor Night for Quarantunes. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. So I think the natural succession here of songs would naturally progress to this next song. I would say it's probably made famous by James Taylor, but it actually was not written by James Taylor. The song is called "You've Got a Friend," and it was written by Carole King. King stated that her song "You've Got a Friend," which Taylor recorded, was a response to the line in the refrain, "I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend," in the previous song that we just listened to, "Fire and Rain." It was written in 1971 during recording sessions for her album Tapestry, and also during the recording sessions of James Taylor's album Mudslide Slim and the Blue Horizon. King stated that the song was as close to pure inspiration as I've ever experienced. The song wrote itself. It was written by something outside of myself and through me. And I believe that Carole King and James Taylor simultaneously recorded their versions of that song and released them at the same time as well, with obviously James Taylor's version being the most popular version. So we're going to go ahead and play that song right now, and feel free to sing along in your homes and dance if you like as well. Here we go.
When you're down and trouble and you need some loving care and nothing, oh nothing is going right, close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest nights. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You got a friend. If the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind should begin to blow, keep your head together and call my name out loud. Soon I'll be knocking upon your door. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you got to do is call, and I'll there, yes I will. Ain't it
to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold. They'll hurt you and desert you. Will they take your soul if you let them? Oh, now, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer will fall. All you got to do is come, and I'll be there on your side. Well, you got a friend. You've got a friend. Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Ain't it good to know you've got a friend? You've got a friend. All right. Little interesting thing I just realized. The Carole King version of this song, in the very first lyric, when you're down and troubled and you need some loving care, that's her version of it. And for some reason, James Taylor changed it to and you need a helping hand. I'm not exactly sure why artistically he made that choice, but it's just an interesting thing to note, I guess. All right, let's see who we got in the room here. Pretty sure Grandma's listening. The text buttons are hard to see. Oh, this is, I guess my mom said that. Hi, Mom, by the way. Grandma, if you're listening, we're all saying hi to you. So everybody, let's do some hearts and hand waves to Grandma today. Let's see. My two cats are asleep upstairs. Well, I wish my cat was asleep because he keeps running around at my feet right now. That's Sir Paws McCatney, by the way, if you didn't meet him last week. Oh, and let's say hi to Wolfgang as well. Okay, moving on to the next song. We're going to do, this is called Carolina in My Mind. And Carolina in My Mind has been called the unofficial state anthem for, of course, North Carolina. No love from South Carolina, I guess. The song references Taylor's years growing up in North Carolina. Taylor wrote it while overseas recording for the Beatles label Apple Records. He started writing the song at producer Peter Asher's house in London and resumed work on it while on holiday on the Mediterranean island of Formentera. I probably pronounced that incorrectly, but oh well. He completed it while stranded on a nearby island of Ibiza with Karen, a Swedish girl that he had just met. The song reflects Taylor's homesickness at the time, and he was missing his family, his dog, and his state. So with that, let's go ahead and do Carolina on My Mind. And let me find the lyrics here. Here we go. Yeah, that's the right spot. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Maybe just like a friend of mine hit me from behind. Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Carrying she's a silver sun, you best walk her way. Watch it shining, watch her, watch the morning come. Silver tears appearing, now I'm crying, and I I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. There ain't no doubt in no one's mind that love's the finest thing around. Whisper something soft and kind. Hey babe, the sky's on fire. I'm dying, ain't I? I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Maybe just like a friend of mine hit me from behind. Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Dark inside, then late last night, I think I might have heard the highway calling. Geese in flight and dogs that by. Signs that might be omen say I'm going, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. With the holy ghost of others standing around me. Still I'm on the dark side of the moon. And it seems like it goes on like this forever. You must forgive me if I've been gone to Carolina in my mind. In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina. Can't you see the sunshine? Can't you just feel the moonshine? Maybe just like a friend of mine, you hit me from behind. Yes, I'm gone to Carolina in my mind. Gone to Carolina in my mind. Gone to Carolina in my mind. Won't you say nice things about me? I'm gone. Won't you carry on without me? I'm gone. Gone to Carolina in my mind. Oh man, I love that song. Another interesting little tidbit about that song, I modeled that version of it after his re-recorded version. The original recording actually featured, for all intents and purposes, the Beatles as his backup band. So I'm sure if you look it up on YouTube, you should be able to find it. But it's kind of interesting how much that song sounds like a Beatles song, especially with them singing in the background and with Paul McCartney's style of bass playing. So if you want to hear a kind of an interesting departure from the version of it that we all know and love, dig around and find that original version. It's pretty interesting. Maybe I'll try to post a link of it in the notes here at some point. Okay, so let's move on. How are we doing on time? Okay, we have exactly enough time to do the last two songs here. So we're going to go ahead and this is probably my favorite song to play by James Taylor. It's called Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight. And the story behind that song, and this is a quote by James Taylor, it says, I wrote a number of songs that talked about being uneasy about fame. There are things about it that are odd and should be questioned. This song finds Taylor asking a girl to spend the night to fend off his loneliness. He comes off a bit desperate and very capricious, at one point telling her that he's not going to beg, but then proceeding to do so. It sounds a lot like the manipulations of an addict, which Taylor was at the time. The song was released the same year he married Carly Simon. They divorced later in 1983, the year I was born. So, with that said, let's go to do Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight. goodbyes for the morning light, but don't let me be lonely tonight. Say goodbye, then say hello. Sure enough, good to see you, but it's time to go. Don't say yes, but please don't say no. I don't want to be lonely tonight. Go away, then damn you. Why don't you go on and do as you please? You ain't gonna see me getting down on my knees. Undecided, but your heart's been divided. You've been turning my world upside down. Do me wrong, do me right now, babe. Go on and tell me lies, but hold me tight. Save your goodbyes for the morning light, but don't let me be lonely tonight. Don't let me be lonely tonight. I don't want to be lonely tonight, but don't let me be lonely tonight. But your heart's been divided. You've been turning my world upside down. Do me wrong, do me right now, babe. Go on and tell me lies, but hold me tight. Save your goodbyes for the morning light, but don't let me be lonely tonight. But don't let me be lonely tonight. I don't want to be lonely tonight. All right, Don't Let Me Be Lonely Tonight. Beautiful song. Okay, we have time for one more. And I think that this song has just got the best message, especially at this time, with everything that the world is going through. Not just this country, the world. Man, the world. So this song is called Shower the People. It's not his most famous song. But it's one of my favorites. There's not too much to say about it as far as the origins. It was the opening track on the 1976 album In the Pocket. Shower the People peaked at number 22 on the US singles chart in mid-1976, and it stayed in the top 40 for 8 weeks. Shower the People hit number 1 on the US easy listening chart, It was the third of James's to reach the top place. You Got a Friend did it in 1971, and How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You in 1975. Cover versions of Shower to People have been produced by Glenn Campbell, Mylan Lefevre, I don't know who that is, but I know who Babyface is, and I've heard his version, and it's a pretty good version. I guess another thing to note about this song is on the surface, people might think that it's a song about just spreading love. And no doubt that is definitely a message in the song, but I think mostly what it's about is finding a way to communicate effectively. And I think that's something that we're severely lacking at this point in society. And I think if everybody could communicate with love and understanding and just a realization that everybody's experience in this country, in this world, in this life is not the same. And we all come from different backgrounds, and that's part of what makes us beautiful. And I see that message over and over again in James Taylor's music. I think if you really want to pick me up and just kind of a nice positive vibes of what the world could be, put on some James Taylor. It's all right there. So we're going to go ahead and leave you with a little Shower the People. Okay, let's get the capo on here. Here we go. You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another, it doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will do as I say. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is why I know. What you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone. Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. What I'd like to do to you is shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will.
Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will.
All right, folks. Okay, that's James Taylor night for Quarantunes. There's a lot of material there, so we might have to do this one again at some point. But I want to keep this interactive, as always, so please feel free to send me a private message if you have any requests for any future themes. And I will be back here again next Tuesday, 7 o'clock to 7:30. And I hope you all have a wonderful week and be excellent humans to each other. Once again, or not once again, but anyway, be excellent to each other. Watch Bill and Ted's 3. That'll definitely bring a smile to your face as well. All right. Take care, folks. We'll see you next week.